This right here is why people stay rich broke.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Bright light, city life.
What is one bad financial decision that you regret making in life?
Just getting my Hellcat. I think $1,400 a month. Yeah, $1,400 a month for a Hellcat.
Without insurance?
Did you just say $1,400 a month for a Hellcat? It's not even a Beamer, Mercedes, I don't know, 2005, 2010 Bentley, a Hellcat 1400. Bro, you know how much money? You know what you do with 1400? You can put it in the stock market. You can just save it. You can save it towards a house. You can go on a nice vacation for 1 month, and then for the rest of the year, save that 1400 to use it for something else. $1,400. See, this is the problem right here. People are trying to get these cars because it's rappers rap about it, girls say they like it. If you don't got a Hellcat, you can't get no girls. So with the rich broke mindset, they try to buy a Hellcat and at any cost possible and get themselves in this situation. $1,500 is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's fucking insane.
How much is it with insurance?
$1,750.
Damn, wait, what do we do for work?
Finance.
Wait. So he's paying $350 in insurance? The only places I feel like you should be paying that much is in the East Coast, specifically New Jersey, because they have high insurance rates. So either you have a bad history of driving, or I don't even know. That's the only reason I can think about. Like, why would you be paying $350 unless you live in New Jersey or a really, really heavily populated town? $1,750. That's rent. That's somebody's rent. You can live in a decent spot for $1,750. You can live in a studio, in a luxury studio, not New York City, but you can live in a luxury studio somewhere in Jersey for $1,750. I know a spot, I think somewhere in like Newark, where they have a pool. You get the smallest studio. I think it's like $1,750. I could be wrong, but it probably went up. Last time I saw it was like tail end of COVID, and it's been like a few years now. But $1,750 is crazy.
Finance. I do finance, bro, and I have a second job. I'm a cook.
Yeah. Okay. Well, describe the finance job.
Well, at least he's smart enough to have a second job, and it sounds like, if he's a cook, that has to be a passion, right?
So finance, I do auto refinancing. I'm helping a couple people, saving some money. Yeah.
And you got a dealership?
Nah, I moved on from dealerships, so I'm in finance. I don't have to deal with customers. It's more like.
So he worked for a dealership, knows how the process goes, and he still said, "I'm gonna get a Hellcat and pay $1,400 a month." This is how you stay rich broke. He's out here trying to flex like he's rich, but he's really broke. This is the perfect example of rich broke right here.
Yeah, so we're making money there. And then cook is just on the side. I want to support my dreams. I'm trying to do like a little side hustle and shit like that.
Well, what are you trying to do for real?
Look, so there's different things for everybody. I think I'm trying to find my own niche, and once I do, I have an idea, but I don't want to pitch it out there. I have the idea, but
what is it along the lines of?
If you want to be an entrepreneur, just find a product that you want to sell and that you think that you can upsell.
Like e-commerce.
Exactly.
Brother. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you are starting off bad. So that $1,400, he could have got himself a cool little Toyota Corolla, present year, for a nice low, depending on his interest rate, $300 to $500. And that $1,400 is killing me right now. And for that extra $900, he could invest it in his business. And like I said, he could invest it in the stock market, index fund, mutual fund, even the CD. Imagine funding a CD with $900 every month. Don't touch it for 3 years. Economy is good. It's going to grow for about, let me see, I don't know what the interest rate is right now, but let's say 8%. You put it in an index fund, leave it long term, but you keep funding it every month. $900. Where would he be in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? He could take that money, let it sit in about 3 to 5 years, pull it out, buy an income property, get some tenants, pull that money out, because if he's willing to pay $1,400, he has an income property. Depending on the income property, he'll probably be paying between $3,000 to $4,000. He could pay part of it if he has, depending on how he structures it, how much is rent. The tenants could pay for either all of the mortgage or part of it. If they pay part of it, he could use that $1,400 and supplement the rest. And if they're paying for all of the mortgage, that $1,400 he could keep feeding it into the stock market. I'm a big advocate of investing in the stock market. I don't think people should put their money in savings. I think they should put their money in the stock market. That's the best savings account, in my opinion, because the American economy is not going to go down. It has, on average, I believe the 5 to 10 year average is like 7 to 10%. If you put your money in a savings account, the interest rate on that, your ROI on that is about 1.5 to 3%. 3% if you have a good savings account. I forget, there was one company that did it. They marketed it, but I think they took that away. But let's say 1.5%. What the heck is that compared to the stock market? You put it in a CD, you could guarantee yourself a percentage, because they tell you if you leave it a certain amount of years, 1, 3, 5, 10 years, you get, like, I think 3% to, depending on which CD you get more. No, he's putting that. Not only is he putting $1,400 in the car, but he's putting $1,400 in the depreciating assets. If he tries to sell it, he won't even get the amount that he bought it for. He probably won't even get 75%. He might not even get 50% of the amount that he bought it for. It's crazy.
Any product, 100%, 100%. So if you feel good, like, think about it. Drug dealers, what do they sell? They're really good at it because it's demand. Yeah. So just think what's in demand. There's clothing, there's cologne, there's women's clothing. There's so much niche that you guys can make money on. It's just putting your mind on it and being, disciplined.
Damn, okay, that's right. And then as far as the Hellcat, what would you rather have got?
Yeah, he has the right mindset, but he's still living rich broke. All that money could have went to the business. What he's saying is true. There's a lot of things that are in demand. As long as you find your niche, you invest in it, you'll be good. A lot of people are looking for 1,400, not even 1,400. Let's say he just bought a Toyota Corolla. Not even a 2026 Toyota Corolla. Let's say he bought like a 2022, 23 Toyota Corolla. Monthly payments could have been $300 to $500. $350 for the insurance. Clearly he's a bad driver. Or he lives in Jersey. Probably Newark specifically. He could have used the rest of that money to fund his business. But no, he want to look good. He probably trying to chase girls, probably trying to impress his boys. Rich broke mentality. And now, I don't even know where he's at. I don't even know his situation, but we'll see.
Have gotten something that was more fuel efficient, or just something with a lesser payment?
I think on financing, it was just a boost of my credit. I'm trying to lease because I don't really like keeping the car for too long, So we're going.
And that's the thing. He's spending all that money on a depreciating asset that he's financing. So that means after the financing, it's going to be his. Now he's going to want a new car. So he has to get rid of the car. But trying to sell it for anywhere close to how much you not only bought it, but how much you put into it in terms of the interest rate you had to put to get up to $1,400 for a Hellcat. A Hellcat. He's not gonna be able to sell it nowhere near the amount that he not only bought it for, but how much he put money in. He's not. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God. That is the rich broke mentality right there. Oh, my grandma daughter. That is crazy. It is a good idea though. He was trying to work on his credit. But knowing his interest rate, he should have definitely got a lease because at least at the end he could get rid of it. He doesn't have to worry about reselling it. It wouldn't lose as much value, and his monthly payments wouldn't be as high because it's leased. And he'll have a max on how many mileage you put, how much mileage you put on there, as long as he doesn't get in any accidents. I mean, he's not going to get giving it back. He's it's going to lose value, but it's way better than financing at $1,400 a month. If you want to work on your credit, though, I do believe leasing is good. That's just my personal opinion, though.
That's Mercedes trying to lease that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. If you guys are living with your mom and dad, you guys are making paycheck to paycheck.
Even he knows $1,400. He could have got himself a Beamer, a Mercedes. You would have really been living the rich broke life right there. Hellcat, $1,400. I can't fathom this shit.
Paycheck to paycheck, no finance, lease. That's the best thing I think.
And you're living paycheck to paycheck. You work for a dealership in the finance department. I need to look up to see how much they make, because how much does a finance manager in a dealership, let's say he lives in New Jersey, make in New Jersey? I mean, they make decent money, between 95,000 and 170,000. But based on his age, so that means he doesn't have many years of experience. So I'm gonna lean towards the lower end, which is 95,000. So 95,000. Let me see. 40, how much do you need to earn to afford $1,400 car note and $350 insurance comfortably? For a point of Google, you got to make between 105 to 140 after taxes. After taxes. This is not even before taxes. This is after taxes. You have to gross $105,000 to $140,000 to be able to comfortably afford $1,400 car note and a $350 insurance rate. That's why you live in paycheck to paycheck.
That's the best thing I think. A lot of people, rappers, lease, but financially, if you get bored, I like going from car to cars. A lease is the best.
Don't get it twisted. Rappers are the biggest sellers of the rich broke mentality. Because they're going to tell you, yeah, I own all these cars. I own all these cars. All these rappers are leasing. They are leasing because somebody's telling them, hey, you buy a Bentley, once you take it off the lot, the value goes down 50%. And then afterwards, you got to try to sell it. Who is buying a Bentley? Most people cannot afford a Bentley. So the best thing to do is to lease the Bentley so that after you're done playing around with it, you could give it back to the dealership and they'll take care of it. And you can get your next car. But being a rapper, that is the biggest rich broke mentality, because you gotta look like you fly, you gotta look like you got change, you balling, all that BS. But that's why he brought it up. He's like, yeah, all these rappers, they're saying they own it. They don't own it. They're leasing. They're the big rappers are the biggest liars in the game, especially new rappers. Maybe the Drakes, Lil Babies, Lil Uzi Verts, the ones who's been in the game for a long time, maybe them. But them early rappers who got all the chains and the tattoos, but they're hot, they're all broke. They still owe their record company money. And they're over here talking about, like, I got all these money trying to flex. They are all broke. Do not believe in the rose broke mentality that these rappers are serving everybody.
It's the best thing.
That's very true.
Yeah. You get bored, bro.
You bored of the Hellcat already?
Of course, bro. I mean, I've had it for. I got it October. I already went crazy.
Yeah.
I'm already cool with it. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, it sounds like you got it in line, so I guess it's okay to have, right?
Exactly. And women are bad. No girls. Gotta focus on your money. That's all it is.
Hey, man.
Man, you have to say this at the end. You gotta focus on your money, no girls. That's a whole nother topic of discussion. But for right now, we're just gonna stick to this right here. Yeah, if you can't, don't buy no hell. Don't get a Hellcat and pay $1,400 in a month in car note. That is ridiculous. Talking about he's living paycheck to paycheck. I wouldn't be surprised if he has roommates or he's living with his parents. I wouldn't be surprised. That's crazy.
Hey, man, he said it, you know what I'm saying?
Young kings, that's all it is.
That's right.
At the end of the day, you gotta stack your money, man. Stack your money in the beginning, all out at the end. This right here is a perfect example of rich broke mentality.
Hey, if you enjoyed this clip of Rich Broke by Benny Beckrow, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe.